Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why Rush in Battlefield 2042 and Battlefield, the newer ones in general, are just bad. And it's a simple answer. Because they focus on the wrong map design. Straight up. The only time Rush feels somewhat itself is when you play on these older school maps, which is the one you're seeing right now in Valparaiso. Otherwise, play in a new map, you'll find that the spawns are either too close, or they're too far away, or that they're not balanced in terms of distance. They're not balanced in terms of the geography around the spawns. They're not balanced in terms of where the MCOMs are placed. There's so many ways to look at it. But the bottom line is that maps are not designed with Rush in mind anymore, as they were in Bad Company 2. In Bad Company 2, if you may have read that interview that the Bad Company 2 game director had given to, I think, a publication, I don't remember the name of it, was one of the bigger publications. He said that they designed Bad Company 2's gameplay more towards Rush because they thought that was a higher potential of fun and that was a bigger game mode to show off the destruction, the vehicle combat. And in other ways, it was his old personal favorite game mode. So, well, the first 2 points are my kind of input into why he would say that, but he definitely said that it was his favorite game mode, therefore he prioritized it more. But you have to say that because he did prioritize that more, because they did prioritize Rush more, Bad Company 2 was objectively a better Battlefield, because for Rush, you have to make maps specifically around it. So you have to tailor make the geographies well, you have to think about the distance of the objectives well, you have to think about how many vehicles does one side get over the other, asymmetrical balancing in terms of spawn points and other things that they get in the map. These are all factors to consider. And for Rush, you need to expend that brain power in order to make it a good map. And once it becomes a good map, you can always convert it to a conquest map. Conquest maps always have their flags in a basic pattern, like a square or a straight line, or maybe even an X pattern, something like that. So conquest maps are not in any way, shape, or form that hard to design compared to Rush maps. Rush maps are objectively harder to design because you have to think about each specific MCOM and objective and think about how to design it in a balanced way. And ever since they started to think about Conquest first, map quality has gone down. Because Rush is an afterthought and the game mode just fails straight up. And then it feels like you're only replaying one serious game mode instead of playing more than one serious game mode. Besides that, I would just say that more players are not always better. If you look at the fact that Rush now is played with 64 players, or you look at a Rush being played now with 64 players or even 128 players, it's just a mess. It's just complete chaos. There's no flow to the game. There's no way in which you can actually make a discernible impact, which was not the case in Bad Company 2 because it was 12v12. It felt like you could actually make a proper impact and have a big difference on the battlefield if you make a smart decision or make a series of smart plays, or maybe you go have a good kill streak. That's not the case anymore. So it kind of feels like you're kind of useless. Thirdly, I would say that in order to return to the peak of this franchise, they need to remake their maps around Rush. Rush needs to be the main game mode. Conquest will always be successful because there's nothing really you need to do special for it. Just have a bunch of flags in a set pattern. You're good to go. There's nothing really that difficult about it, in my opinion, at least. I'm not a map developer, but I'm just giving you my 2 cents because I personally, when I look at it from a very crude angle, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's a simple pattern that you just need to provide. Whereas with Rush, you need to think about each specific objective in a specific, balanced way in order to make it feel fair for all sides. Otherwise, it's just going to be a complete, destruction derby for one side over the other. Anyways, let me know how you guys feel. Do you guys think I'm right? Do you guys think I have a point? Do you guys think that this franchise needs to go back to Rush being the main focus, or should it still stick with Conquest being the main game mode? I'll be interested to read your comments, and I'll be sure to read them all, so please let me know down below. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to stay tuned to get some more interesting Battlefield gameplay VODs. So take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I didn't even play for the start of the whole game, and I got MVP.